Hello everyone, this is my final exam project. My thesis in simple terms is that human questions and concerns remain the same throughout time. We are not as unique as we believe we are. Questions about or concerns about identity, political stability, morality, search for meaning have been evident throughout all civilizations, not just today in modern society. The photo I chose is of cave paintings. Cave paintings are believed to be more than just decorative. They're believed to be done for a religious purpose. Religion gives meaning to life, and that shows that even during the Neolithic period, the search for meaning is present, and that picture is found on page 6. Research that I primarily used for my essay was chapter 1, pages 10 through 24. It explores Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt and how they used myths or rituals to help create a sense of order and identity and they did that by passing down their stories and their practices. I used the photo of the Tablet of Epic of Gilgamesh, which is a poem about a hero, the hero Gilgamesh glorified. This poem shows how historical narrative is controlled by whoever is in power, which is a continued debate today. I also used the Standard Encyclopedia of Philosophy. I used two different articles that they had. The first one is Ancient Political Philosophy. This helped support my thesis by showing Greek democracy and the political instability and the struggle between rational debate and personal desire. I also used the Cambridge History of Christianity article, and that introduced morality and the debate between morality and institutional realities. One thing I learned from my research is how historical narrative that is shared defines our culture. And what that means is so much of what we think or how we think is by what we've learned or what we've been told. A lot of these stories, a lot of that is controlled by people in power. And that is a debate that's still ongoing today, which is shown with on what to teach kids in school or what to remove from history books. I chose chapter 3. The two objectives is Athenians' democratic system of government, which is on page 85 through 88, and their Greek culture on logic, human potential, and civic responsibility, which is on page 85. The democratic system laid the foundation for modern democracy with citizen participation, rule of law, free speech, and voting. It supported my thesis by showing how Greek politicians struggle with rational debate and human desire. They would sometimes choose what they wanted instead of what would be best for the people. Their government ultimately fell due to political instability from internal conflict, and this is a struggle that we still face today, which even the most recent government shutdown is more influenced, that had more to do with human desire than it did with upholding civic responsibility and taking care of the people. Their Greek culture is also really important to note. They focused on logic, human potential, and civic responsibility. They glorified human achievement, which is part of why I included the photo of Acropolis. Because they believe so deeply in human potential and achievement, that desire eventually is what led to human desire becoming more important than civic responsibility. Chapter 13 connects to my essay by showcasing political instability. Italy was completely politically unstable at this time period. There were competing city-states and foreign invasions, corrupt leadership. Morality was also a concern. Popes acted as both religious leaders and secular rulers, which eventually led to corruption, and also showcases the debate between morality and institutional realities. There has to be a separation between church and state, and there wasn't at this time, which led to a lot of corruption. I included the photo of the city-states and what Italy looked like at that time period. Ultimately, what I learned changed throughout this course. I realized how much more of a significance the humanities have, and that it helps us to understand who we are and where we come from, and also helps us to see like where we'll go. I also learned how relatable it can be, even though it's ancient history and the past and something that happened hundreds of years ago. There's still so much that we can relate back to it currently that, can help us in our current issues or current problems, and we can use the past to build something better.